in the world look in amazement at how what appears to them as a onesie-twosie little business can actually be more effective at penetrating the consumer market than one of their $50 million advertising blitzes. I know of 2 network marketing companies that have reached $1 billion in sales inside of 10 years. Incidentally, to my knowledge, there have been less than 10 companies of any kind to ever do that. I can promise you that when I'm done with this discussion on how sales volume moves, even if you're the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, you will become enamored with how efficiently and effectively products and services move in this industry. And it'll probably explain for you why an estimated 30% of AT&T's long-distance service has been taken because of network marketing activity. In 1996, it's estimated that almost $20 billion worth of goods and services moved to this industry in the United States alone. I've also read that companies like Gillette, Colgate, Citibank, MCI, IBM, Toyota, Xerox, Texas Instruments, General Motors, General Electric, and Coca-Cola have distributed some of their products and services through network marketing. Obviously, they've figured out how powerful this distribution is. I recognize you may have seen this industry before. Maybe you've even attempted it. Or you know people who have tried it and succeeded or didn't succeed. I remember a guy when I first came into the business saying to me, "I know someone who tried one of those and didn't succeed." He acted as though that should sway me. Of course people fail. People fail at everything. People failed at my high school. The absolute worst thing you could do in your life is compare yourself to people who fail, because you don't know how they approach the business. Did they come in and do it as a profession, or did they come in and do it as a hobby? My point is, you cannot objectively look at someone's success or lack of success as a determining factor of what you'll achieve. This business is just like everything in life. It is what you make of it. However, it does have something extremely unique about it. I was speaking with a gentleman just the other day, and he said to me, "But Tim, the average person can't do what you've done." I asked him, "Yeah, but could the average person have sponsored me?" Visualize this. Let's say there's a very average person named Barry Average, who himself doesn't believe he can build a $25 million company. However, because of his tenacity, he sends this video and some product information to someone who is a business builder named Tom Producer. And Tom Producer builds a $10 million organization within Barry Average's organization. See, you only have to be good enough to sponsor a Tom Producer. Barry Average then learns that if he's tenacious and if he just does that enough times, he'll find another Tom Producer. Then one day, Mr. Average, he's not Barry anymore, he's Mr. Average, wakes up and realizes something. He's a Tom Producer, and he always was. That's why this is the greatest business in the world, because it allows the Barry Averages of the world to realize they are the Tom Producers of the world if they just have tenacity. Hands down, the personal growth rewards exceed the financial rewards by a long shot.
Marketing, I was involved in real estate. I've been involved in network marketing 3.5 years.
How were you initially contacted to look at network marketing?
My 18-year-old son had heard about this opportunity through a doctor in the church. And he came and actually he harassed me for about 3 months and insisted that I go look at a presentation. And I resisted it. I told him I was too busy. I was busy this, I was busy that. He said, "You're busy being broke." When he said that, I knew it. I knew then. Something, that woman's intuition told me, "Okay, girl, you go look." And it changed my life from then on. I've never been the same. And I'm just disappointed somebody didn't share the network marketing opportunity with me 20 years ago.
So how have you done financially?
The first couple of months I struggled, and then I sponsored actually some professionals. One in particular closed a stock brokerage firm. I mean, he absolutely turned on the jets, and within a couple of months of him getting involved, my income went what I consider, out of sight. So my first year, $300,000.
You made $300,000 with your company.
The first 12 months.
That is incredible. What has it allowed you to have or do that you couldn't or didn't before?
Wow. My mom was riding around in a brand new automobile, and she had never had one before. I've refurbished a gorgeous old plantation home. I am in a position now to make gifts and to do different things for my community, for my church, for the Humane Society, just some charities and some things that I wanted to see come about. And it takes money. You know, you can tithe more if you have more. And Reverend Ike said, the best thing you can do for the poor is not be one of them.
What this also allows is the very busy professional a way to supplement their income and have the opportunity to sponsor or have someone in their organization sponsor a Tom producer, which gives them choices. The real question is, can you do this and be successful? I don't know you, but I think you can. How'd you get good doing what you do now? You just kept doing it until you got good at it. If when you get started with this, you find something that you don't feel you're good at, change it. Find books on the subject. Find college courses. It's a lot easier to learn a skill than it is to run from that skill and try to find an industry or job that you don't need that skill in. Face what you're not good at and change it. Confront it and beat it. Think of this. If you went to work at a normal job paying $30,000 a year, and the company you work for came to you and said, if you learn this particular software program, we'll pay you an extra $5,000 a year. Would you learn that software program? What if they said, we'll pay you another $10,000 a year to teach that software program to other people in the office? Would you? Probably. How would you do it? Whatever it took, right? Then, what if the company said, we'll pay you an extra $50,000 a year to put together teams of people to train other people on the software? Would you? Well, that's it. That's all this is. When I first got started, I was a Navy underwater bomb squad technician and had zero communication skills. I can't see how my friends survived my approach. It was awful. I did the business part-time for about a year and a half, and I had a lot to learn. But I already knew either you have excuses or you have results. You can't have both. I'm going to be blunt if I haven't already. You're already spending valuable time right now getting good at something. Shouldn't it pay you a huge income and give you total time freedom? You're wasting your talent by selling yourself short and working for somebody else's dream. I looked at this industry and said, sure, it's hard. Everything's hard. But it's harder to not have what you want all your life than it is to just get the hard out of the way. By the way, if you're the kind of person who needs everyone's approval before you can do something, you probably won't get it. How many truly wealthy people do you think got wealthy with everyone cheering them on? Better yet, anyone cheering them on? Probably none. In Napoleon Hill's classic book, Think and Grow Rich, his research revealed that fear of what others would think was one of the top reasons people didn't achieve financial success. In my own research, I've found that if you actually make a list of the people's opinions you're worried about, it's normally less than 5 people. Could you really allow 5 people to stop you from having what you want for the rest of your life? Plus, it's normally not even true friends, because if it were true friends, you wouldn't fear what they'd say or think, because a true friend would never discourage you from anything. They'd only encourage you. Believe me, I had my share of people who wanted to protect me, but I knew none of those protectors were going to pay for my child's education or my retirement or the things that I wanted out of life. One other thing, please don't base your perception or decision on outdated information. Just because you've seen this industry before or even tried it before doesn't mean it hasn't completely changed. I've met hundreds of people who had seen network marketing, even done network marketing 1, 3, even 20 years ago, who have rejoined a company and made a lot of money with it. Today, network marketing companies are making so many dollars available to distributors that it has now become a true profession. The reason so many people are coming into network marketing is because people want control of their life. They want a quality of life, and network marketing offers that. I hear people all the time complaining that they're too busy or don't have enough time. People act as though time owns them instead of them owning time. What do you mean, not enough time? That's the only fair component in the equation of life. See, not everyone starts with the same intellect. Not everyone starts with the same amount of money, but everyone has the same amount of time in a day. Have you ever noticed that there are people who, with 24 hours, earn $10,000 a year? And there are people in the same 24 hours who earn $10 million a year? Let me explain the difference. I've heard people say this phrase: it's easier to just do it myself than try to get other people to do it. Whenever I hear that phrase, I know that person just nailed their feet to the floor. All they can do is expend their time, not invest their time. Here's a secret. Wealth is hidden from those who must do it all themselves. Wealth exposes itself to those patient enough to train others. When you understand the power of educating and empowering others so that you get more done, you're truly on your way to wealth. Now, with that understanding of the importance of training others so you get more done, look at network marketing, and you'll see why I call it brilliant compensation. In network marketing, you're actually making yourself unimportant to the creation of your income. Because in network marketing, what you teach and train others to do is duplicate what you do, which is to find and train others. This is actually multiplying you, because you're teaching them to sponsor and train other people. That's why I say, next to your spiritual growth and your family, there is nothing in the world you can do that will reward you better than investing your time in network marketing. Let me illustrate something to you that is so profound. What's the maximum number of hours you could work in a day? 24 hours, right? So if you didn't sleep all day, you could work 24 straight hours. What if you didn't sleep for a whole year? You could actually work 8,760 hours in 1 year. But that's the maximum number of hours you could work in a year. Now, I want you to remember back when I explained to you that I have 56,000 people in my organization worldwide. Well, let's suppose that all 56,000 people work just 1 hour out of a year. 56,000 people times 1 hour each equals 56,000 hours of work that I'm being paid on. Well, for most people to earn on 56,000 hours of work, they'd have to work for over 6 years, 24 hours a day without sleep, to put in the same amount of hours that I could in 1 hour a year. Let me throw in something really ridiculous. Suppose all my 56,000 people worked 1 8-hour day in a year. 56,000 people times 8 hours is 448,000 hours I'm being paid on. Well, it would take most people working over 51 years, 24 hours a day, to do what I could do in 8 hours a year. 8 hours in 1 year versus 51 years working 24 hours a day doesn't seem fair, does it? It's definitely not fair. What's not fair is that you haven't understood this until today, and other people have. But now that you understand it, take responsibility for it. Don't go running and try to create reasons why you can't do this. You can do this. I don't say any of this to impress you. I don't need to impress you. This is an educational-only video. My purpose in creating this tool is to contribute back to that woodpile that so generously gave to me. I say all of this only to impress upon you that the difference between the wealthy and everyone else is leverage. You've got to understand that. And nothing gives you, the individual, leverage in such an ethical way like network marketing can. You want enthusiasm back in your life? I'll tell you how to get it. Send this video out enough times to find 5 motivated people. Teach them how you did that. Then, when they fire their boss, you'll be surrounded by the most enthusiastic people in all the world, because you had something to do with them getting their freedom back. Then your life will be sheer ecstasy, because real happiness can only come from helping other people do great things. So go get a legal pad of paper, write down what you really want in life, then call the person who gave you this video. Tell them whether you're an A, B, or C. C is, see you later, no thanks. That's fine with us, because your relationship with the person who gave this to you is more important to us than anything. Or you're a B. A B is I may be. I want to first explore the product. If that's you, then do that. Don't procrastinate. The #1 killer of financial success is procrastination. People just putting it off until tomorrow, and they've somehow convinced themselves that they'll actually do it tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about. As soon as I'm done with this project, then I'll have more time. Or as soon as little Jimmy gets back in school, then I can. And they never do. Don't let that be you. Get your product today, or you're an A. And that means absolutely. No, you don't have all your questions answered, but you see enough to start and begin your training. Very well done to you in your ability to make decisions. If it's late at night and you've just watched this, don't be concerned that the person who gave this to you is sleeping right now. They'll be up. If they're not, wake them up. Tell them, hey, now that I understand this thing, I can't sleep. And if I can't sleep, you're not going to sleep. Believe me, they'll appreciate that call. So call that person and tell them whether you're an A, B, or C. That's it. Join us. You'll be glad you did. Now is the right time, the smart time. Thank you for taking the time to view this video. I hope it's been educational to you. What I really hope is that you'll put this information to good use. I look forward to working with you should our paths cross. I'm Tim Sales.